Are you tired of your 9 to 5? Do you want to have passive income with just money coming in out of nowhere? Do you make a lot of purchases on Amazon? You can do all these things by becoming an Amazon influencer. This video here is not going to tell you how to do that because I do not have 1 million subscribers and I do not have a big following base. So that is not what I'm here for. What I'm here for is to tell you my journey of becoming an Amazon influencer. What's going on, guys? It's your boy Big Blue. I just want to say that intro took forever to do, so many takes. I'm not used to doing scripted stuff like that. You should just go in with it. I just wanted to bring up the topic about being an Amazon influencer. As I mentioned, I don't have a really big following base at this moment, but I know eventually it's gonna grow. And I wanted people to just know from a perspective of somebody that's just starting out. If you go into YouTube and you see all these videos of these gurus talking about how you can make money being an affiliate, how, you know, you get a following base and the process, this, that, and the third, and these people already have a large following base. Take it from a perspective of somebody that started out with no following base and how I managed to get there. So just to give you guys a little background about me and how I started, you know, deciding to become an influencer. It really started when my daughter was being born, 2000. Bruh. Oh snap, what year is it? 2024? 2022. I don't know, there's something about 2023 that year just doesn't exist for me for some reason. So every time my dates are just always off. So my daughter was born in 2022, December 2022. During my wife's pregnancy, you know, people would continue to buy gifts and then she would buy stuff and buy more stuff. And sure enough, our house was getting Amazon boxes like every single day, to the point where my wife was like, why don't we just like set a table outside with snacks for these guys, because they're just always at the house. And I'm like, man, if only there was some way that I could just get some type of benefit from all these boxes that just keep coming in. My wife just keeps purchasing. And sure enough, and I don't know what it is, but one of these pieces of technology that we have in the house was listening in when I said that and shot me an algorithm video. And I remember specifically, it wasn't even a video, it was an ad. It was a guy talking about this girl who she had created a YouTube video and was talking about an item that she got from Amazon. But he was like, okay, let me put my face on. And go. You see, this video has 500,000 views and this woman is making X amount of dollars on this YouTube video talking about this Amazon item. What she should have done to make more money was become an Amazon affiliate. She could have tripled her income and made so much more money. Instead of talking about an item, she could have became an affiliate, provided her link, and directed people straight to her site. It would have made more money.
Whoa, really?
So sure enough, I looked into it. So there's two programs. There's the Amazon affiliate and there's the Amazon influencer. Amazon affiliate's apparently a little easier to get into. It's just a little harder to generate the traffic because you're bringing your own traffic. Whereas being an influencer is a little harder to get into, but it's a little easier to generate the traffic. And if you guys, you know, want to get more information about that, go ahead and like and subscribe. And I'll for sure go ahead and create another video just so that we can get some more information on how this process goes. Because I mean, I feel like anybody can do it. You're just literally making reviews about videos and putting them out there. So I decided to become an influencer, not because I knew what the big difference was, but because I just decided to be an influencer. And sure enough, it was kind of interesting because I didn't have no type of social media. I do have a YouTube channel called Big Blue _42. Should be right here. And that channel kind of pretty much caters to a whole different type of audience. I didn't have TikTok. I didn't have Instagram. I had Snapchat, but that was for personal reasons. So when it comes to being an influencer, you have to have a following base on the four platforms. So it's either going to be YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok. That process was a little interesting because each of them has specific requirements on how many on your fan base. And by fan base, I mean like subscribers, followers, and stuff like that, and people that actually view your stuff. With all of the subreddits that I read and the other YouTube channels that talked about the process. So the numbers were pretty much kind of different, but not too far apart. Initially, I had started off with Instagram because TikTok seemed a little much for me. So I didn't have TikTok, I didn't have Instagram, which means I had no following on those platforms at all. So when I started off, I wanted to do Instagram because it seemed a little more subtle, less all the crazy stuff that you see on TikTok. And it was just easier to just post stuff and get stuff out there. So I'm like, all right, cool. So let me do Instagram. Saw how many followers I needed to reach, and they were coming in slow. So it's definitely a lot harder to get people to follow you on Instagram than it is on TikTok. I'm not sure what the difference is, but so I was slowly getting followers. The way that I increased my following was that I have my Instagram, bleu reviews. Check that out over here on Instagram and on TikTok as well. And I started off doing reviews on restaurants, on specific like activity locations and events. And these are like non-chain locations or locations that may be only located in one specific area. Like recently we had went to a hibachi place called Fumi out in Duluth, Georgia. So there's only one Fumi location, at least in Georgia so far. So I did a review on that. I'm going to post it really soon, but that's going to be going into my TikTok. And eventually I'm going to have it put on YouTube as well. But that's what I was doing at first. I was just doing light reviews about locations, many type of foods. Like, I don't know if you guys know of, what's that cookie place? Crumble, that's what it was called. Yes. So I did a lot of reviews on the different cakes that they had. Honestly, that's kind of crazy. Like, I just remembered that those are one of my first reviews that I did was about the crumble cookies, and I just threw them out there, and slowly I started to get some people following, 1, 2, and all that stuff. And eventually, if you guys want to go check my social media and just check my videos, you can see literally all the stuff that I started off doing and the stuff that I've been doing now. All that to say that eventually I didn't break off from Instagram. I just added TikTok on top of that. So anytime I did something that was on TikTok, I migrated it over into Instagram, and it wasn't too much of a hassle to do. So I was all right with that. And the crazy thing is, when I went back to the Amazon influencer page, my sign up page, to see if I got accepted, you know, I clicked that retry button and they would say, all right, we'll let you know if you've been accepted or not. At that point, the process is they're going in and they're checking, you know, my my social media platforms, seeing how many followers I got, I guess seeing my retention. And I think retention is a big thing. From my understanding, when it comes to YouTube, they want retention. They want people that's going to keep coming back and keep watching. So even if you have a whole bunch of subscribers, which could be the reason why a lot of people either took forever to get into the program, or even though they had a big following base already, it took them a while, like they needed more, was because they probably didn't have much retention. They had a lot of followers, but they weren't actually sitting and watching all their stuff. Which, starting off, I did generate some videos that were like really high on the views. And by high, I mean like for a starting off page, it was like in the hundreds type stuff. So I think that's what really helped. So as I got into the TikTok, once I found that I was accepted into the influencer program, I reached 70. And I don't even know what made me check. I was just sitting down in the room and I'm just looking at my following and I'm like, oh Lord, I only have 70. I'm like, let me check and see if they'll accept that. Sure enough, I went in, I clicked check, and then 2 days later, I got accepted. I was like, whoa. That is not what I was expecting. I thought I needed 30 more followers, 50 more followers, something like that. But I got accepted. So like I said, the numbers vary from person to person, depending on your following. I think the retention is really important, and having people like actually coming back, and the same people coming back and watching your stuff. So the second thing about that is, once you get accepted into the influencer program, there's this task that you have to do that's very specific. That's not like the affiliate program. The affiliate program, once you sign up, you're in, and then I think you have 180 days to have three transactions made, or 3 people purchasing from your links, and then your account becomes fully active, or whatever the case is. As the influencer, it's different. It's actually very different, and this is what became interesting when I was looking up all the Reddit pages. So what they do is, you have 3 videos that you have to do. So with the 3 videos, the thing that I kept seeing in like the Reddit posts was, I got rejected my first time, I got rejected my second time, I know this is my last time to get rejected. What can I do? Can somebody look at my video, tell me what I'm doing wrong? All this crazy stuff. The crazy thing is that with this video task that they had you do, some people just put in too much information. Some people say some things that are red flags and it doesn't help them at all. Me personally, when I did it, I just made it as basic as it could be. It's not a review talking about the item, whether the item was good or bad. It was literally a demo. It wasn't even a review. It was more so a demonstration of the item, what it can do, and that's it. I wasn't trying to sell it, because that's a red flag. If it was like something that could be used, I didn't use no medical terms. That's a red flag. All I did was just literally demonstrate the device, showed how to use it, and that was it. And I had no strikes, and I just went right on through with the 3 items. There's a watermelon cutter, slicer, I guess, pineapple slicer or cutter, whatever we want to call it, and the baby wipe warmer. Those are 3 items that I use. I just did brief description or brief demonstration on how to use all 3 of them, and just like that, easy peasy, I was able to get in, saw my storefront and everything. My account is active. So it was really an interesting journey. There was a lot of discouragement because, you know, me personally, I don't find myself too entertaining, and not only that, I could be very bland, which I'm pretty sure this video is. If this video is bland, please comment in the description. Yo, lighten up, put a smile on, crack a joke, something like that. Please let me know so I can grow and so I can get better. But it was tough. There was a lot of moments where I did stop. I'd say I'd stop doing stuff for like a month. Like I said, we were getting items like crazy, just crazy. And there was a lot of stuff I could have done reviews on, but I just didn't. And I think even right now, I only have 1 item, which is the wipe warmer, that I actually have some currency on, but it isn't too much. But that's just because of the consistency. Once you're consistent with the work, getting those videos out there on Amazon and then advertising it on YouTube or on other social media platforms, eventually it's gonna start to come in. But it's all about that dedication. It's all about that consistency and just keep going at it, regardless of how you feel, regardless of the mood is. But that's kind of my experience. Again, if you guys want more information from somebody like me's perspective, somebody that doesn't have a huge following, we can kind of go through this walk together. If you're new to the Amazon Influencer Program, or you're trying to get into the Amazon Influencer Program, we can do this walk together. You can use me as a reference to see exactly what's going on, because literally I don't have much earnings coming in right now, but it's going to get there because I'm going to put the work towards it. It took me a little bit to become an influencer, but once I got the ball rolling, I did I did what I needed to when I got the following that I needed and got to the point where I was able to become an influencer. So now I come to you today saying, hey, anybody can do it. You just got to have the discipline. You got to put the time into it, and then you'll be right there with me. You click that button to try again, and you're going to get the notification. Congratulations, you're now part of the influencer program. You're going to be like, dang, I did it. It's going to be a joyous moment. Once you get past your 3 videos, then you'll be able to go, man, and just do all these reviews and get this stuff out there. People look at them, people buy, and you make some commission to a point where it just becomes passive income for the most part. But if you guys really want more videos about the Amazon influencer, please comment exactly anything that you may want more information on. I'll be glad to do videos of what I think, because everything that I'm doing because I think it's beneficial for you. Anything that I buy from Amazon or anything and I put on this channel, if I think it's beneficial, I'm gonna do a video on it, which means I think it's gonna be beneficial for somebody out there.